Hello, everyone. November 19th, 2020. It's been a long time since I rock and rolled. Hello, everyone. This is your host, Yusuke Wada, researcher of Reform of Death and designer of Journey to the End of Life. It's been a while, yes. It's been since probably July that I last posted on my podcast. Yeah, it's been way too long, yeah. And there's been a lot of things that was going on during the COVID eras. And, I've been posting things on egon4u.com and it's about funeral and legacy and inheritance. I've been doing all that in Japanese. I am going to post this in English, and I'll be doing more podcasts in English as well. Right now, I am using a System of Rodecaster Pro. Yeah, pretty good machine. Yeah. And I also have another microphone system with the tube amp as well as, and it's good. And in the meanwhile, during this July till the last 4 months or so, I've been doing videos using my iPhone and all that. Today, I decided that this was take 2 on my iPhone, and I screwed up on the iPhone, and there was something wrong. And I've been doing I've had so many problems with the iPhone, and I said, forget it. I'm not going to be doing anything on iPhone anymore. And as also I was using Rode Video Mic Me, which was horrible. Yeah, it's always an analog input. You get noise, and here right now I am using a Shure SMG or SM whatever it's called 58, and it's pretty good. I have 4 microphones on that. I also have another microphone that's different manufacturer, and I should have been using that as well. But today I want to talk about more on funerals. Why funerals? Because funeral has been very important for the past 10 months, where this COVID-19 has plagued the whole world. And yesterday, the number of patients in Japan, the contaminants or people who caught COVID-19 in Japan exceeded 2,000, I guess. And it's the first time, the biggest offshoot in the past 10 months or so. But still, are people dying? Not really. And it's not like United States where it's a real big issue. But it is an issue, by the way. But why am I doing this podcast in English? Is because I want to tell people how it is in Japan, as well as, as trying to let people understand how the funeral systems in Japan is struggling. And next week in Tokyo Big Sight Aomi Exhibition Hall, the industry is having the world's first exhibition of funeral business, death industry. And for the meanwhile, a lot of exhibitions in the world has been postponed or canceled or been online. The NFDA hosted an online exhibition, which was great. There were good, bad, and ugly, of course, but still, we had the idea was very good. And you see, with having an online exhibition, the good part is that people can go and come back and return and listen and view what they have missed. This is a good idea for the people who are doing seminars and these classes. But for those who wanted to meet manufacturers and the traders, it's not so good. That's the ugly part. The good, bad, and ugly, And the bad part was that the people cannot come to meet the sponsors, people, the traders, and the people who are in the industry. But the ugly part is that they didn't have the time. These exhibitions, these seminars, these classes were all. It's not 24 hour. Well, the timing was always conflicting with the people at the exhibitors. These exhibitors weren't able to. People weren't able to meet the exhibitors. That's the ugly part. The good, bad, and ugly. And I've been saying that also in my video on my YouTube, the good, bad, and ugly as well. The macaroni western starring Clint Eastwood. Yeah, but what I want to say is that I'll be there for 3 days at the Nihon Soso Bunka Gakkai, which is the Funeral Cultural Studies of Japan, and which is the only academic society that do research in funeral and funeral in the death industry. And it's strictly academic, and we go and research in a lot of places. But still, we'll be exhibiting, and we'll be talking to a lot of people, and members will be doing sessions and talking to people. I won't be, because I'll be attending or chaperoning my colleagues, well, not my colleagues, I should say, my clients. Yeah, and it's things like that are gonna be really big in Japan. But this year, I have to say the exhibition itself has been limited, and you have to pre-register. And if you are going, please pre-register. And you can find the site by googling Endex ENDEX 2020, and it'll show up. And there is an English version of this site. So, what I want to say is that regarding all this, I want to keep on talking about this funeral business, which is full of micro love. I just came across this story this morning on LinkedIn, talking about Simon Simex, Mr. Simex, I guess. Yeah, I gotta find out his name again. But we're talking about micro love in the world. A lot of people expect this Hollywood big love, big love. Oh, there was a song by Fleetwood Mac, Lindsey Buckingham, Big Love, yeah. People wanted to, people are expecting Hollywood love, great star, great actress, great actor. They meet together, and with love, they save the world. No, the world isn't like that. The world is more of micro love, little micro love, full of micro loves. You remember the song by, not the Beatles, by Paul McCartney, The Wings, Silly Love Song, It's those little silly love songs that's all over the world that's trying to connect people. And people have lost their loved ones with this COVID-19, and they're mourning. And in Japan as well, there are only about 1,000 or so cases of death, and it's not that big, but over 10,000 people have caught the virus. Actually, it's less than influenza, the flu virus. People who catch flu virus each year, it's not as much. But still, it's critical, because you get a worse damage in your brain, in your body, heart, with this coronavirus. So, this little love is full of people, and this is what makes funeral. People don't understand that these little love that's making the funeral industry. This is why this quantum energy of love that's what makes a funeral keep on going. because people you don't know, you've never met, or it could be your acquaintance, it could be your people who you work with, like a family of your company, your clients, who have died. But then you go and mourn. This is why funeral exists in Japan, to pay respect. This is called microlove, and it's all around, and it's nothing to be ashamed. And in Japan, the suicide rate is so high again, and I believe it was in 2003, there were about over 34,000 suicide to keep their honor. Come on, it's the 21st century, people, and it's better to say sorry and redo your life again. Well, redo your whatever you have done, and it's not like end of your life, but people expect you to do a lot of things for you. If you make a mistake, you gotta apologize. They scorn you, they scold you, and they intimidate you in Japan. This is why a lot of people have gone wrong, and the mentality is so corrupt in Japan right now. And the Gen Zs, I should say, in Japan, the age of from 15 to 24, 25, are really having a mental illness problem because they were deprived of a lot of things. So we need this micro love to keep the system going, and it should be a better place. And now a lot of people, the Pfizer said they've got 95% of the activity going on with their virus vaccine. And I'm not going to be the one who'd be taking the first vaccine in Japan, but yeah, let them, people who wants to. So I just want to say it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, but the micro love in the funeral industry, in the death industry, will keep the system and people going. I rest my case. Well, the conversation's been up to, my talk has been over 12 minutes and 35 seconds now. And, we have to keep on believing in each other, and be more open. And this micro love is a good idea of keeping your life into a better place.